Arsenal beat Bruges 3-0, or Club Brugge 3-0. Easy Champions League night. We stay on top of the Champions League table. Waka, welcome back to the channel. Another match reaction. We have washed away the annoying late goal from Aston Villa by beating Club Brugge 3-0. It was an easy away game, even though they had plenty of shots on target and even at our goal. But the quality of their shots weren't great enough to beat Raya. So we keep the clean sheet. And on the other end, it was Madueke really showing his thing today as a substitute for Saka, who was rested mostly. We'll talk about that later. But Madueke scored an amazing goal, a nice long range shot, real power in there. Goalie had no chance, and it was an amazing goal, man. I was so surprised. I was like, "Wow, Noni, damn, that's a nice goal." Then the second half starts, and it's an easy header for Madueke. Supermandy does a great job with the cross. Goalie should do better from Brugge, but in this case, it works out for us. Madueke is there at the back post, and he heads it in. He just had to make contact, and that's it. The ball would always go in. Great run from him to get there. He spotted it nice and early, and it's 2-0 right after halftime. From there on, it was just cruise control. They did try, like I said, they had shots on target. Raya made plenty of saves. Most of them weren't too difficult because he caught a lot of them, but you still have to be there. You still have to stop them. And he did. The defense was very leaky, but obviously it was an improvised defense. And yeah, Martinelli, he was like, hey, if Madueke can score a great goal from long range, I can do that too. He comes in from the left, cuts inside, and something we don't see from him often enough. He just comes inside and he curls the ball into the far post. Side netting, great shot. Goalie, no chance at all. And again, an amazing goal from Arsenal. 3-0 up. And yeah, from there on, it was just smooth sailing all the way to the final whistle. Let's start with the starting lineup. I think it was a smart move from Arteta to give Timber and Rice the day off. I don't know if it was injury problems as well, but them having the day off is amazing. Hopefully, they are back for Wolves, and hopefully, if they are back against Wolves, we can make it so that we can take them off after an hour of playtime because we need them a lot more for other matches. Norgard played at the center of the defense with Nkapie. You could tell they aren't used to playing uh, defense with each other. The partnership wasn't amazing. We were very leaky, and yeah, obviously it's just an improvisation. It's not something we hopefully are going to see many more times this season. But for now, it just did its job. Let's say you had MLS at left back. Again, not his best game. He just really needs to get more minutes to get into a rhythm, but that's just so difficult with Calafiori playing his best football for the club. since he joined. So it's just really a difficult situation for MLS, and he can't really put a stamp on the performances that he does get. So yeah, you would hope it will get better, but for now, yeah, this is what we have to do it with. Ben White, he did his thing. Nothing too special, nothing bad. So yeah, I didn't mind anything from Ben White. The midfield was Zubimendi with Marino and Odegaard. Nothing wrong there. Only thing is, I might have wanted to see Zubimendi have less minutes this match. But yeah, Ateta didn't seem to want to sub him off earlier or whatever. So yeah, for me, I would have liked it if he didn't play as much. Maybe Ateta's thinking, yeah, he did have a suspension a couple of weeks ago, so that was his uh, rest. I don't know. Other than the midfield itself, I feel like the best player was Supermendi. Marino, you can tell when it comes to the transitions, he's way too slow. On the ball, he wasn't that creative now. I feel like from the striker dropping down into midfield, he is more creative than when he is playing at the eight. Odegaard didn't really show me the amazing things I want to see. Every time when I see Odegaard play, I want to see him create a lot more chances. I was really hoping that he could spot some of the Jokeres runs, maybe to help Jokeres get into it again, but that didn't really happen, unfortunately. When it comes to the front line, yeah, nothing bad to say about Madueke and Martinelli. They did their things. They created some chances here and there. Madueke scored two. Martinelli scored a goal. Jokeres, again, not the best game. He's just not really getting involved in the way that we want to see him get involved. But also, I feel like we aren't playing to his strengths. So it's just it's a 50-50 thing. He has to do better. We as a team have to do better. And yeah, something just needs to start clicking so that everybody can get their goals and get better performances out of each other. When it comes to the substitutions, I felt like Waneri should have come on earlier. I wanted to see Supermendi get taken off. I thought, yeah, maybe uh Madueke should just stay on because I didn't feel like at 3-0 up against Bruges, we had to put Saka on. Why not just give him the full match off? I didn't get that substitution. That was really the most annoying one of the night. Why even play Saka? Gyökeres came off. I was like, why don't you just leave him on? Maybe he can still score a goal. And the funny thing is, I did like that Jesus came on, but why couldn't, if you really wanted to take Madueke off, why not put Jesus there and have him and Jokeres just mix it up? Because he can come from the wing, Jesus. So why not just leave him, get put him on and leave Jokeres on? And the most annoying thing is when Jesus came on after the 3-0, the game was way more open and he had a shot that hit the crossbar. That was just great play from him. I don't think Jokeres would do that. But the other two chances, and even a ball from Saka to Jesus that eventually he played to Martinelli, but it wasn't a great pass. So the attack kind of broke down. There were that moment and the two other shots from Jesus. that weren't great finishes, so the goalie had the easy job saving it. Those three chances, it, I feel like if Gyökeres had those three chances, one of them would have hit the back of the net. Because with the one that Saka gave to Jesus, he had to run to the goal, but he just doesn't have the legs, at least not now. So he just tried to pass it to Martinelli. I feel like if Gyökeres gets that ball, he's gonna bulldoze to the 18-yard box and trying to get his shot off. The other two where Jesus did get his shots off, I feel like Gyökeres would have had better shots, so better chance of scoring. Obviously, we never know, but I feel like I hear a lot of complaints about Gyökeres and he's not in the right positions. He's not this. He's not that. But when he is in the right positions, we don't really feed him. When we're on transition and he's running, we look for other options. So we are not really helping him get into a rhythm, and he isn't always helping himself by being behind the play sometimes. But yeah, I feel like I haven't seen him miss a lot of shots. He has had some headed opportunities, but they were difficult headers. But really, shots where he doesn't really have to do anything else, just he gets the ball, get it out of his feet, and shoot. I don't think he had a lot of those opportunities this season, and we need to create more of that. Other than that, it's just a great 3 points, 3-0 victory. We still only conceded one goal in the Champions League. We're on top of the Champions League table. If I'm correct, we only need to win the next one, and we will be guaranteed top eight, maybe even higher. So that will be amazing, especially if we win the next one. The last game against Inter doesn't really matter too much to us. We can just go there, get a draw, for example, and it's all done. But they really have to go for it. So yeah, from that perspective, we did a great job. At the weekend, we really need to get back to winning ways in the Premier League. We need to beat Wolves. It should be a fairly easy match, but they did make it really difficult for Man United. But yeah, they have their moments here and there, but we should win. We should beat them, get back to winning ways. Hopefully, Man City and Aston Villa and the other teams, some at least one or two of them drop some points. But we just have to start winning again. We've lost against Villa, but the rest of December we just need to win every match. We have to get our injury guys back, and hopefully that helps us get those victories again. Hopefully, Jesus can get back to match fitness as fast as possible so he can help out because I feel like he could really play off of Jokeres sometimes with the bigger and the smaller striker duo. So let's hope that we can see some of that going on. But for now, man, thank you for watching the match reaction. See you guys on the next one. Peace.